I'm so glad you're here listening to the Sustain Your Passion podcast. I'm Genesis, your host and business development expert. If you're ready to make a bigger impact and income while helping others, then you're in the right place. Thanks for joining me, and I can't wait to help you sustain your passion. Hi, everyone. Today I'm talking to Corinne about perfectionism and being human and all the mess that comes along with that. So, Corinne, why don't you take a moment and just introduce yourself before we dive in?
Absolutely. Thanks so much for having me, Genesis. I'm so happy to be here. My name is Corinne, and I am an empowered health and wellness coach. You can find me on Instagram at Corinne Michelle Coaching, and that's Corinne with one R and two N's. Thanks for having me, Genesis.
Perfect. I know that we have been talking about this topic on and off in different ways for such a long time as we've developed our friendship over the years and, and working together. And I just want to say, I feel like we are going to share so much gold in this episode because we both struggle with perfectionism, right?
Yes, we do.
It's so real. And I think a lot of the people that listen to Sustain Your Passion also do. And there's this goofy dynamic, right? Of I'm showing up and I'm showing up confidently because I love what I do. But sometimes I hear from people that oh, you must be so confident. Oh, you must not worry about your perception at all. And you can't deal with perfectionism. And I'm over here what? I got you fooled then because false. No. And that's the really crummy part about perfectionism, right? Is it actually keeps us more distant from people, which being a heart-centered, socially driven person, we want to connect with people. We want to be real with them, but perfectionism can sometimes get in the way of that. So I'm curious your thoughts on what do you think perfectionism, this drive to just perfect things, right? And make it just right really comes from? What's the motivator there? And what's the real problem with perfectionism as you see it?
Yes. Oh my gosh. It's such a good question. It's such a good question. It's something I've thought so long about because like you said, it's played such a role in our conversations and in my life and in my development of my program. I think for me, I've realized that I want everything to be perfect so that I put out a good product, which is great. But then even once I feel like I have created a product that I stand by and I feel great about, I still can't put it out there. And I think there's part of me that's terrified of being seen as not perfect. Oh my gosh, what if someone thinks that or this or that? And I think there's also this piece that you just mentioned that out here, when people are putting all this awesome content out there as a coach, as a therapist, as whatever it is, they are doing so confidently that I'm almost waiting for that, oh my gosh, that confident moment. They must not deal with imperfection and it doesn't come. And so I think for me, it is the fear of being seen. And I think for other people, it depends, right? It really depends on their background, on their childhood, on their experiences. But I think a common link to everyone, regardless of what drives your perfectionism, is in a way being afraid or not wanting to admit our humanness. And I think that is, it can be so detrimental because, like you said, it's our humanness that allows us to deeply and authentically connect with other people. As a coach, as a person, as a friend, as a colleague, that is what connects us. Have you ever walked away from a conversation with someone where you have been authentic and shared something that maybe made you seem less than perfect, or they did that to you, and you for the first time in a while were like, oh my gosh, I'm not the only one who feels that way. Right. Oh my gosh,
Yes, I'm normal. What?
Yes, I'm normal. Exactly. Oh my gosh. That's huge. That's connection. That's so powerful. And at the end of the day, that's what we want to do as coaches. We want people to feel seen. How can we do that if we don't want to be seen, or we're afraid of being seen for some reason, or we're afraid of, oh my God, if someone doesn't see me being perfect, am I even what's the word, like capable of being a coach or capable
Yeah.
of being X, Y, and Z. It keeps us stuck. It really keeps us stuck.
Totally. Yeah, and it really comes down to like a worthiness factor, right? Like
Yes.
somehow you've been taught to believe that to be worthy of doing whatever you want to do, because clearly you have a desire to do the thing, or else you wouldn't have
Yes.
like been working on whatever the thing is, right? Like in the coaching business, it's like developing your offer. In what you do, right? Like even choosing to change your health and wellness goals, like, and working towards them.
Yes.
Like clearly you have a driver in you, and like where I'm at isn't where I want to be. I want to, do this thing. I have this goal, but I don't feel worthy of actually having it that way that I want it. And so I come up with all of these reasons that, well, I can't have it, right? I can't reach those health
Yes.
and wellness goals because blah, blah, blah. I
Yes.
can't put my offer out there yet because blah, blah, blah. Like it is a tool for keeping you safe, but it also
Yes.
debilitates you from growing, because where do we grow? Like in our, like, it's not in our comfort zones.
It's not in our comfort zone, as uncomfortable as that is.
Yes,
Yeah.
totally. And like being seen, I love that you talk about that so clearly, because it's scary to be seen. It's vulnerable
Mhm.
to be seen.
Yes.
And especially as someone that makes mistakes, that has had to,
Yes.
double back on what they've said before, that has had to, in the business world, like add a bonus resource because you totally forgot something that like is
Yes.
integral to the success of your clients. Like all of those things are real and happen. But to your point, like we don't, as a society, boast about our failures,
Mm-mm.
boast about our successes, right? Like we curate,
Yes.
this is me, when really it's like the full you.
Yes. Exactly. And in a way, as a coach, as a friend, but specifically as a coach, like if people are coming to you, as they're coming to you because there's something that they have found that they really need support with. And that's a very vulnerable thing to do, to say, I really need support with this, whatever that is. And if we feel like, and we're putting out this image like, well, we have to be perfect in order to be a coach. Well, what does that say to our clients too? What does that say to our friends? What does that say to other people? I guess it's like kind of goes back to that whole being able to be human and allow other people to be human and give people that permission.
Mm,
Um, and know that our perfectionism or lack thereof, because no one's perfect, is not in and of it. It's not a fault. It's just being human. It's being
mhm,
human, and it's what we do with those moments of imperfection that help us grow as people, as friends, as family, as coaches, as colleagues. That we don't have to be perfect to show up, because like you said, if that's our mentality, we never will, and it does become a form of self-sabotage. At least for me it has. Oh well, I
mm,
can't put out my coaching program until it's absolutely perfect. Well, when it never will be. So what does that
right.
mean for me? And so it becomes a form of self-sabotage. It becomes a form of procrastination. It becomes a way that we kind of, without maybe even being aware of it, kind of betray ourselves as
Oof,
people, like we
yeah.
are holding ourselves to an impossible standard. Why is that? And
Mm,
I think, getting back to one of your original questions, like, why do we do this? I think that is such an important piece to figure out for each of us. And because each of us may do it for a somewhat different reason. The outcome might be the same, but it might be slightly different. And so instead of being, judgmental about like, oh my gosh, still haven't posted that Instagram post because, and what is wrong with me? Like, why can I put this
mhm,
out there? Oh my gosh. And being curious, like, why can't I do that? What is this for me? What am I afraid of? Where have I felt this way before? I
mm,
know for me particularly, like when my perfectionism is getting the best of me, I feel like literally feel stifled. Like I feel it in my chest. Like I feel it. I feel something holding me back.
mhm,
And it's a terrible feeling. And something that has helped me is like, okay, where else in my life have I felt this way before? Where
Mhm.
else have I had this similar sensation? And kind of following it and seeing where this has played out in other areas, and start to really peel back the layers of perfectionism and why we do it.
Mhm.
Because until we really start doing that, it becomes it becomes debilitating. And I think it's so important to understand, in order to become authentic and understand our authentic voice and self in business, in life, we have to really uncover our voice that can sometimes be layered layer after layer to be put on that voice over the years, from society, from trauma, from experiences, from friends, family. And so part of this journey in looking into our perfectionism is figuring out why we do it. Why do
Mhm.
we do it? And doing so in a
Right.
safe way, doing so in a safe way.
Yes. Which is
That's the
so
biggest piece.
hard. It's
Yes.
like that like common phrase, right? Like the only way out is through. And it's
Yes.
like people just want to like not be a perfectionist. Like I just want to
Yes.
wake up tomorrow and not be me. Just like be
Yes.
okay with my flaws, feel safe showing up as human and messy and like disappointing people because ultimately that's
Yes.
I think a really common experience that I
Mm.
witness with my clients is they're so afraid of disappointing people because
Mm.
they have been trained and like you said like so many varieties of ways they've built up reasons like valuable legitimate reasons that have kept them safe in other scenarios that taught them to be safe and loved
Yes.
you have to be perfect and so it's a valuable like survival skill
Yes.
to, hold yourself back from showing up messy because you've been punished before for showing up messy.
Mm.
And so I love your point of like, it's interesting as you were speaking there, you said, if I'm feeling like, oh, why can't I post a social media post? Like, literally, why? Like, slow down,
Why?
hold on. Like,
Yes. Why?
if you're asking
Yeah.
yourself, like, why am I like this? Like, maybe that is where the answer is, and your brain isn't just trying to berate you, it's genuinely trying to give you a little clue that's like, yeah, why is this so hard? Like, where does that come from? Let's dig deeper to figure out what is motivating you keeping yourself safe through these behaviors, even though it's not what you want to do right now, because we have the conscious mind that's saying, I want to post, I want to go, exercise for 30 minutes, I want to start my
Mhm.
business, whatever the goal is. But then we have all of these subconscious beliefs and thoughts that actually are driving the bus that are saying, like,
Yes.
well, you're not going to exercise and burn enough calories because you're not going to run as hard as
Yes.
you need to, or well, you ate donuts this morning, so should you really even bother trying to burn off calories? Like, or oh yeah, you can't
Yes.
post about your business because there's other people that are out there doing it better. And what if you have a typo? And what if it doesn't get enough likes? Like,
Yep.
all of those very valid questions come up. But if you can't like pause and acknowledge them and you're just trying to like strong arm your way through it and be like, just get it done, like you're just gonna keep like spinning your wheels in perfectionism forever and probably in
Yes.
burning out and then just being like, fuck it, I'm just gonna close my business. This was a
Yep.
wash. Fuck it, I'm going off plan, like binge, it's fine. Even though
Yep.
tomorrow in either of those situations, you're going to wake up feeling like shit. You're going to feel guilty. You're going to feel sad because you betrayed yourself. Like that was such a good point you
Yes.
made. Like it is betrayal because you know you want the thing, but you're letting your fears run your actions. And that is
Yes.
self betrayal. Like that's mind blowing, Corinne.
Yes. It is, isn't it? Isn't it? When I realized that, because I think I always felt with my perfectionism, like, oh, well, it's this noble thing. I want to be perfect. I want to turn in the best thing ever. But it's not, there's nothing wrong, first of all, with wanting to put a product out there that you feel great about. I
Yeah.
absolutely, but there is that fine line. And for me, I have way crossed it. And when I realized it was self-betrayal, oh my gosh, it really, I looked at it a lot differently. And I looked at it like I was carrying, and I realized I was carrying around this burden of self-betrayal, like that feeling on my chest. It feels different to everyone, right? But for me, I just like felt this stifled feeling rather. And carried around with me everywhere. And that's it's a terrible feeling.
Yeah.
And you're not being true to yourself, and you're not
Right.
letting yourself shine in this world. Like we all are so different and same and different. And we all have these unique talents that only we can bring to this world.
Mm.
And when we don't let that shine because we're afraid of we're not being perfect, we are really depriving the world of some absolute brilliance and something that's so needed for people. And when it's something that's, when I think of it that way too, it feels different. Like, wow, I'm not only depriving myself, but other people of conversations and support and whatever it is that might be needed.
Yeah.
It impacts everyone.
Totally. And that really brings up something that's like, I don't know, I'm going to say it, but it feels really controversial, but like perfectionism is about you. It's not about being of service to others. And yet we talk about, isn't that like a gut punch? Like,
yes.
I'm so mad to know that, even because like whenever I get scared to do stuff, like I want everyone listening to this to know that like I also stress about what I'm about to post. I also get nervous about, when I'm sharing my podcast. I think like I could go edit it more. I think like maybe I should re-record that part. Like that wasn't clear enough. I rewrite my Instagram bio like 5 times a fucking week. It's ridiculous. I'm literally finally hiring a marketing agency to hold me accountable to not changing my shit all the time, because I'm very lucky to be at that place now where I can outsource some of this and like get that support. But I struggle with that same feeling of like, is this what I do? Is this actually what I do? Am I doing it right? What about other people that are doing it? Like I have those same thoughts. And the thing that gets me out of my own way every time is I think even if this is a half-baked pie, it's still pie, and pie can feed someone. Like if someone is out there needing, like they could, like they're, even if half the pie is done, right? That's going to feed someone halfway. Like maybe it's not going to shoot rockets into the world. It's not going to blow everything up, because it's as if right in my head, if I just keep tweaking and fucking with things, like somehow it's going to be the perfect magic bullet. Like that's possible, but like even though I have clear proof that like continuing to spend time on something doesn't necessarily make it better. Like pulls out the realness and the story and the like relatableness. I have that proof, right? But my brain tells me every time that's not good enough and they're not going to like it. And yet all I can do to overcome that, like the thing that I have learned how to do, it's still really hard though. I want you to hear me. Like it is still hard. And I still have to consciously choose to do this, is that I think about, who do I know that needs to hear this though? Who do I know that could benefit from this? And if I don't have someone directly in my mind, I get caught in the spiral of perfectionism and nitpicking. But it's once I think about my ideal client, which is why that's the very first thing I do with my clients in Passion Paychecks. Like, this, right? I want you to get clear on exactly who your person is. I want you to be able to picture their face, because it's not about you anymore. It's about them.
Yes. Honestly, that has helped me. Like, I can't even tell you how much it's helped me. Because you've shared that with me, and it really, oh my gosh, it resonates so much, because it's not about us, right? Like it's not. And yet perfectionism and even people pleasing, which is like a whole nother topic, right? That like I work with people who are people pleasers. It actually does become about the person who's afraid of not being perfect, or the person who is wanting to please everyone. It takes the whole focus off of people and puts it on you. And oh my gosh, when you just said that too, I was like, wow, it hits home. It really hits home. And it's something to really think about.
Yeah. I'm always reminded of that scene from Schitt's Creek when Alexis is taking David to go do his driver's license test. And he's like freaking out. He's so nervous. And there's a meme out there of this. And Alexis turns to him and it's just like, people aren't thinking about you the way that you're thinking about you. It's so relatable.
Oh, it's so good.
And there's this bummer, weird thing that's like, wait, why aren't people thinking about me? Like, like, wait, they don't care about what I do. But then the flip side is so freeing that, like, yeah, people aren't thinking about you and they don't really care that much. So, like,
It's
maybe
so
it's okay to
true.
just let it go and put it out there. And like, the people who don't like it, chances are they're just gonna like not even read whatever you post. Cause I'm thinking specifically about like posting on Instagram, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because that is a really great place to get visible and share your
Yes.
thoughts, share who you are, share what you're doing. And like personally, that's where I show up a lot. And that same fear though, right? Of like, oh no, somebody's gonna see this and like say something nasty. Okay.
Yes.
I have
Yes.
people that do that. I have had people write me mean shit. You know what I do? I delete their posts and I block them. Like,
Good for
fuck
you.
them, right? Like,
Good.
that
Yes.
wasn't for them. And they must have
No.
something up their butt today that like is
Yep.
not about me. And I'm just gonna like, no, you don't get to bring that energy over here. This post is not for you. Or
Absolutely.
I can see like, oh, this got a lot of views, but didn't get a lot of likes, right? I could choose to make that mean that like, oh no, this was a bad post, right? Like, oh, I should delete it. Or I could be like, I bet everybody that saw that was like about to wipe while they were on the toilet, because where is
Yes.
scrolling Insta? On the
Right.
toilet, like, or maybe they were doing dishes and they were just swiping through reels, like whatever. And it doesn't have to mean that it was bad, because if out of 200 people that saw it, 2 people commented and were like, I needed this reminder today, or someone messages you being like, thank you for sharing that, fuck the rest of the people. Like, it was for that one person, you know? And
exactly.
if you felt good getting it out there, like, that's what it actually matters about, right? Is that like you showed up. We talk about this ideal as a society of like being authentic online, but like, how many of us are actually doing that?
Nope. It's so true. And I feel like the posts, for me at least, that I relate to the most are the ones that are the most authentic, that are the ones that have like, are real talk, like real talk. This is happening. This is hard. I went through this, whatever it is, like those, ironically, those are the ones that I relate to the most. And that I'm like, oh my gosh, this, I don't feel alone, or wow, this is speaking to my soul. This is like, literally, this person is in my brain right now.
Right.
And it makes me want to get to know them more. And then I follow them. And that's actually what draws me to people. And yet that's also like, for the person who's posting, they're being incredibly vulnerable. And so like you were saying, that's where then our fear comes in, like, oh my gosh, I made myself really vulnerable here, or at least very authentic. What happens when someone, sends those messages to me? Oh my gosh, they're like attacking me. And yet, ironically, those posts are also the ones that are the most impactful for people. And so it's like this, I don't know, this like dance that we do.
Yes.
Like, I'm afraid to put out those most authentic posts, but those are the ones that, like, once again, going back to the human connection, drive the most human connection.
Yes. Yes. Because who do you want to learn from? Someone who's like, oh, I did it this way and it worked perfectly. You should too. Or someone who's like, I'm still struggling to do it, but I know how to struggle with less pain now. Like, I'm still on the same journey as you. And I've learned some tricks to make it less painful and difficult and like speed up your success a little bit. That feels way more relatable.
Way more relatable. And something else that just popped into my head, like and I'm thinking of myself, I'll do it for myself. Like when I'm reading something, I'm thinking about the person who wrote it, yes, but I'm mostly thinking about how it relates to me. Right. And so even when those people are making some of those comments, those mean comments, like you said, they're being triggered because of their own stuff, their own stuff that for whatever reason it's triggering to them. And so like we are also people, when they're reading our stuff, as vulnerable as we're making it, they're also mostly reading it from their perspective,
right?
For better and for worse. So like that's, it's not even about us once we put it out there all the time.
Totally.
Always about the person reading it. Yeah.
Yes. And so you can ask yourself, like we did before this podcast, right? Like, how do we hope someone's going to feel after they listen to this? And then as long as you show up from that intentional place, like you did your best to help someone feel good, right? As long as your answer isn't, I hope they feel like shit, like you're probably ready to post it. Like,
right.
Like, just put good out. It's
Yes.
good enough. And so I want to talk a bit more specifically about like you and your program, because I know you do such great work in the health and wellness space. And I'm always thinking of different quotes that I've heard from you in developing your program with you and like reading through your materials. And so personally, I would just love to spend a few minutes like sharing with you what's going on for me with my health and wellness and give you a chance to chat with me about perfectionism in health and wellness choices, because I know this is your specialty. So,
Yes.
something I've been struggling with is managing overeating.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know where it comes from, but like I definitely struggle with it. I don't know like the exact why, right? But I'm sure there is a reason. But I am
Mm-hmm.
stuck in perfectionism loop of like, well, if I overeat once, I should just not bother trying to not overeat. Like, clearly I tell myself literally, like, I'm just not meant to not overeat. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
make this whole story about how, like, because it's not coming natural to me and easy, because it's hard for me, like, that means I just shouldn't put an effort because I just want it to be easy. So, does
Yes.
that sound like perfectionism to you? And what would you say to someone, like, if I was your client, what would be your advice for people that get stuck in that exact loop of like, yeah, perfectionism in that way?
Yes. Oh my gosh. First of all, thank you so much for sharing this with me and with others
Mhm.
because, oh my gosh, you are
My
so
pleasure.
not alone.
Oh, thank
You're
you.
not alone. Oh my gosh. I could have said the same thing, right? Like, and that is definitely perfectionism right there. Like, it's kind of that all or nothing.
Mm.
Like, I bake one day of overeating and all of a sudden, right, like it doesn't matter anymore. I ruined it.
Yeah,
I ruined it. I'm
exactly.
done. It's not meant for
Yeah,
me.
like I made a mistake. I'm the worst. Fuck it.
Yes. Yeah, it's like we personalize it so much. Like because I made this mistake, I'm a bad person or I'm not meant to feel like I deserve to feel or whatever that is. Like it becomes this very self-punishing act in a way.
Oof.
And something I would always, I guess, ask. Well, I guess let me kind of go back a little bit because with my program of health and wellness, I very much am a full believer that health and wellness is a multidimensional concept and thing, living thing, really. That our health and wellness is more than just our physical health and the food we're
Mm.
putting in our body and the way we move our body. It's also our emotional health. It's our social health and wellness. It's, how connected or not connected we are or feel we are to people, our occupational wellness, environmental wellness, intellectual wellness, spiritual wellness, all these things.
Mm.
And so when we have set a goal for ourselves or an, something we want to address, like overeating, and we feel like I cannot seem to stick with this, I always think, what other dimensions are at play here? Because a lot of times the first thing that we do is we blame ourselves.
Mhm.
This must not be meant for me to solve.
Yeah.
I am a bad person, or oh my gosh, here I go again. I can't seem to get this under control. But if we take a step back, and I guess I would ask you, are there certain patterns to this?
Mm.
When you feel like, oh my gosh, here I am, I'm overeating. Are there things that are happening in your environment when you make that choice? Is there something, and you don't have to answer this, you don't have to, but something to think about, like, what else is at play here with this
Yeah.
experience for me? What else
Yeah.
is impacting this? Because usually there's a lot of other things impacting it, whether it be, oh my gosh, I just had the most, amazing but stressful day where I was of service to so many people and I'm feeling a little depleted.
Mhm.
And you know what? My go-to thing to not feel depleted is sometimes to have a piece of X, Y, and Z. And then I'm filling myself up because I need to fill myself up. And that's the way I'm doing it. You know?
Shit. Corinne, literally, you are reading me like a damn book over here. Like, all I can think of is like, yeah, that's literally what happened. Like, I slept like crap. And then I was like trying to power through, like, no, I don't need like anymore. It's okay. But like, yeah, if I was slowing down enough, it was that I was trying to eat my way to feeling refueled, literally. Like,
Yes.
and the way you just said that,
Yes.
like, I've been of service so much, but like, I'm just trying to give back to myself right now. Like, I'm literally trying to fill my cup with food.
Yes.
But
Yes. Exactly. Exactly. And then it takes that like, oh, why do I do this? It's like, oh my gosh, this makes sense. Like it can,
yeah.
and a little self-compassion can enter like, oh my gosh, like my cup needs to be filled. It needs to be filled. What are some ways I can do that? What are some ways that feel good to me to do that? And I'm going to have so much self-compassion and I don't even think self-forgiveness is the word here because you're not doing anything wrong, but
Yeah.
self-compassion for why this might become this is a bit of a pattern for me, and kind of taking that step back and seeing that. And then being able to, instead of, punishing yourself and then carrying around this burden, understanding, peeling back those layers of why we do what we do when it comes to health and wellness or
Mm.
really anything. I don't know how that
Oh,
feels
I'm like
to
on the
you. Yeah.
verge of tears over here. Like,
Want to give you a hug.
that is so empowering to hear because like what you're helping me think through right now is that it's like, you know what? Food is the easiest option. And I just feel like the easiest option is all that I'm worth giving myself sometimes.
Yeah. Oh my
And yet,
gosh. Yes.
realistically, like I don't consciously want to believe that. I don't consciously want to keep proving that to myself, but I just don't have a better solution right now.
Yes.
And like that's a
Yeah.
problem I can solve. That's such a tangible
Yes.
thing that like, yeah, I could plan, I don't know, to call a friend. I could plan to go take a hot steamy bubble bath. Like I could
Yes.
plan to eat my Thai food that feels really good and stop halfway so I don't feel bad and then go for a walk and enjoy the sunshine. Like there can be
Yes.
more than overeating to the point that I just don't feel how depleted I am.
Yes.
Ooh,
Yes. Oh my gosh, those are beautiful examples. And those
yeah.
are examples for you, right? Like those speak to you and that's what's important. Like you're listening and then like going back to coping tools that feel good to your body. And that's so pivotal is finding those pieces that fill you up, which you have
Damn.
just mentioned these beautiful examples of how to do that. Like, and that shows like you have these tools because it's something else that you said was like, it's not coming naturally. So it just must not be for me, right? Like
Mhm.
this should, but like you in the span of just a few minutes, just completely like layered off, read off like these incredible many different options,
Mm.
which is like, whoa, you go, girl. Like those were right there.
Mhm. I feel like that is the beauty of like talking to someone that knows their shit. Like I feel like you are extremely knowledgeable in this area, but then
Thank you.
also there's the alignment of like I really want to work on this. Like that is
Yes.
the beautiful mishmash of like
Love that.
an ideal client finding their right coach. It's like
Love that.
magic can happen in the span of minutes. Like that's
Yes.
so wild.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Mm.
Yes. And that's how I felt with you, working with you. Like it's just
Mm.
this magic happened.
Yes.
You're like, oh my gosh. It's
Yeah.
like a coach, you're there to like bring out and help guide what's there for your client. It's there, it's there. And if it's not, it's like you work together as a partnership to figure out how to get it there, how to get those ideas there, whatever it is, but you're doing it together. And with the knowledge that your client and your person, whoever you're working with, is so innately has so much innate wisdom. And that's my belief too. Like we have so much innate wisdom that about our own bodies and our own health and wellness and our own lives that get buried over the years by, messages from society, by trauma, by whatever it is
Mhm.
that we forget that we have it, or it's not
Yeah.
safe to
Like
access it, or
buried.
it's buried. Yeah, but it's there. It is there.
Dang, and
It is
that's why
there when
it's
you
so
want to
important
find
to
it.
have support through this, right? Like
Yes.
one of the only ways that I've found to really overcome perfectionism is to talk about it
Yes.
and to get support.
Yes. It's so true. It's like that whole because I think, and I don't know how you feel, but and I think of Brene Brown with this,
Mhm.
with shame. I think
Yeah.
perfectionism and our imperfections, we can feel a lot of shame with them. And we keep that buried. It grows, it festers. But when we bring it to the light and talk about it, it lessens. It doesn't have that same control over us. We kind of are able to get support for that shame, and it doesn't become shame anymore. It morphs.
Yeah.
It morphs. It really does. And something else that popped into my head too, with your example, which once again, thank you so much for sharing that. Something that, and this is for me too, whenever I feel like all or nothing comes into my life, that to me is like perfectionism, ding, ding, ding.
Yeah,
or
like red flag.
Okay, red flag. Exactly. Like when one of the extremes, like I can't ever do this, or I always do that, or there's no solution here, or like whenever there's an extreme, yes, that's like a red flag that I am dealing with or have hit on perfectionism or some type of trigger that is big for me. And you recognizing that, I was like, huge. I think awareness is one of the first huge pieces in this, like awareness that we're even doing that, is so important. So I just wanted to call you out and say, you go girl again. I'm kind of seeing that pattern.
Thank you. That's incredible. You know, with shame, I think about like shame flourishes in secrecy, right? It's like, it's really hard to shame yourself to a friend or like to someone you respect. Like if I were to go on berating me, like to someone that loves me and cares for me and wants the best for me, they're probably going to stop me at some point and be like, you are being really mean to yourself. Like, what's going on? Like, this makes me uncomfortable, or hopefully say something, right? And not just let me like tear myself to pieces. And that is the process of like bringing your shame to light, is letting other people witness like how you're talking to yourself and what stories you're making up, and knowing that like there's nothing wrong with the fact that that's happening. Like that's normal, but it's not helpful, and it's not helping you reach your goals. Like it's perfectly normal, but it's not helpful. And if you don't want to be in that place anymore where you feel stuck, like keep hiding your shame, keep it in secret. Like it's okay if you want to keep feeling bad about this and like not reaching your goal. And that's where like personally, I have, you know, a very consent-based marketing and sales strategy, because it's like, I'm never going to try and force someone into doing something that they're not ready for, because I cannot help someone that is not ready for it. And so it's like, why would you want to try and be like, this is just getting into like sales and marketing tactics, which I'm going to get off my soapbox here in a second, but like there's so much pressury tactics about in the helping field around sales, where it's like, you are just setting yourself up to have unhappy clients because they're not ready to do the same thing. And so why would you want to have them as a client? Because you're not going to get them results. Oh, unless you don't care about getting them results. And it's, you know, about something else for you, which again, that's like, are you being selfish in your motive, or are you being of service? And there's just so much overlapping here. My brain is like firing on all cylinders right now.
No, it actually, but that's like such a valid point, because like going to the perfectionism piece and being like, I can't get this out there. I can't get this program out there. Is it because, like I am not fully behind what I'm doing? Or is it because I'm really a perfectionist and just care so much about the results and my clients that I just want it to be perfect and want everyone to be happy? Like really, you know, being able to discern what does hold you back. I think is like such a really important thing. And I think a lot of us perfectionists will realize we care so much that about the results for our clients. That's why we want it to be perfect. And that can help us too. Like, I think you said this to me, and I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know if this is good enough. You're like, Corinne, the fact that you care this much shows that it's enough, and that you're going to be such an incredible coach because you care. Like you care, and you are going to find clients who are ready for your program, because it's going to be marketed and sold like you said, with consent from the other person. And you're going to find those people who are ready. And it's going to be like a perfect magical thing, because like I had with you, because that it's going to be exactly. So, and I think
Dang.
that's just such an important thing to think about. That helped me so much when you said that. It's almost like, people are like, oh my gosh, if they're going to have a baby or if they're going to start a new job and they're like, oh my gosh, like, am I going to be good enough? Am I going to, oh my gosh. But the fact that you're even thinking that means you care, and you're really thinking about it. Like you're doing a good job. You're doing a good job.
Okay, I'm gonna pull that back to the health and wellness conversation here because I'm literally like mind blown over here. Maybe that means that I am already doing something to work on my overeating, and maybe the story I have been telling myself about like, oh, I'm an overeater, I struggle with overeating, isn't the right story anymore. Like maybe the story is I care about my overeating and I'm working on it. And that is so much more empowering because like, oops, you overate one day. All right. Like that's just part of the journey of working on it rather than like, oh, this is just me. It's my identity. I'm fucked. Like, like I get that. And like in your case, right? Like, okay, maybe you're not ready to be like, put up on a stage in front of thousands and thousands of people, like marketing and selling your program right now, but like you're still showing up in other ways. You're still talking about it in other ways. You're still developing it. You're still letting yourself be seen online. You're still building a brand. Like you're still making progress. And so like what about the story you're telling yourself also needs to shift for you to realize like, I'm not just a perfectionist that's failing. Like I'm not a failure. I'm someone that's working on something that I really care about and that is hard for me. And that in and of itself, the fact that I'm working on it is something to be celebrated and be proud of.
I love that. Like goosebumps, everything when you were speaking. That's it, right? That's it right there. It is. It's that shift in mindset. That it's a huge shift. Like to use your example, it's such a powerful example. Like instead of being like, oh, I overate because I'm an overeater. Oh, well, I overate because there are X, Y, and Z in play, and I'm a human being, and I'm caring so much about this, about working on this, and I'm a human being. Like I'm a person. I'm not perfect, and this one time, or this 10th time, or this whatever does not make me bad or not able to work on this, or it doesn't mean anything. It just means that I'm human and, that I had a human moment and I'm going to forgive myself. And like I said, I don't love that in this context, but I'm going to have compassion for that.
For yourself.
I'm going to have compassion for myself. Exactly. Because I'm human. And when I, then it makes it when we put it, and you can, I don't know, let me ask you this question. Like when you phrase it that way, right? Like I had a human moment versus I'm an overeater. This is another example. Like, does that feel different in your body when you say it? Like, does it feel when you say those two phrases, two very opposite phrases to yourself? Like, do you feel a difference? In your body?
The difference I'm thinking, like, I literally would shrug like, oh, I messed up one time. Like I had a human moment. I overate one time versus literally like I can feel my shoulders like slump over. Like I am a failure. Like I am an overeater that failed. That feels so different. And and that makes me not catastrophize it, right? From like, this is an identity. I am doomed. And like my emotion is so quickly triggered to feeling like a failure and feeling bad about myself versus like, okay, like I forgot to, I don't know, what's something super simple. I forgot to throw away my K-cup this morning. Like, oh, well, it can be just as big of a deal when it's like, oh, well, the next time I go to make coffee, I'll throw away that K-cup. Like, and it's like, okay, today I overate, but like the next time I go, the next meal is my next opportunity to get back to my goal.
That's exactly right. Like, because who's telling us that too? Like, who's telling us that one time at, I'm making up this, at 1 p.m. on that Tuesday when I overate, who's telling us that makes you a failure? Like, what about that next time at 5 p.m. or 2 p.m. or, why is that less valuable than that 1 p.m. time that maybe you had more than you wanted to? Like who's telling, and also I think that's where, whose voice is telling us, whose voice is telling you that that is a failure, and that you are an overeater, that you can't stick to this, that it's not coming naturally. Like whose voice is that, who's telling you that? Have you heard that voice before?
Yeah.
Where is that coming from? And is that my voice? Who's it? What is that? Who does that belong to? And that can help us too sometimes figure out, where are these messages? Where do they come from? Where are they coming from? And how can I tell it, I don't need you? Or how do I delve into it and start healing that? It's a whole process, but it's something that it's so important. It's so important sometimes, because I think something that you pointed out just so beautifully is being aware of the messages that are coming to us. Like when you said, instead of saying, I'm a failure, I could say, wow, actually, like I'm noticing that I did this because I care so much. I care so much because this is something that's important to me. That type of shift is huge. And it happened because you were aware. Like you were really aware of that. Sometimes these messages play subconsciously without us even fully being aware of them. We're so used to them,
right,
that they almost become our voice, even though it's not necessarily our voice. And they kind of develop and they take over and they really have a big say in our lives.
Totally. Damn, Corinne, you're blowing my mind. And this is making me think of, like, in business, right? If the next person that buys your program isn't 100% satisfied, right? Like that's the thing that I see getting new coaches stalled in starting to market and sell, is they don't feel like their program is everything it's going to need to be and everything that it's going to become before the first person buys it. And so that idea of like, well, who said that meal was the one defining meal if you're an overeater or not? Who said that first sale? Who said that next sale is the defining factor of if your program is good or not?
Yes.
Because just the same as like, yeah, you're gonna get another chance the next time you eat. You're also gonna have a chance to add a bonus resource while that client is working with you, that then that first client gets what they need. But then also, so that'd be the equivalent of like, oh, I'm eating past full and I recognize it and I stop. Like in that meal, maybe you had 2 bites over comfortable.
Yes.
But then, next time to be a little bit more mindful. And so then, it's like adding that bonus resource to your program. The second sale is going to, excuse me, is going to be that much more perfect. Right.
Yes.
And like I'm air quoting perfect because perfect isn't real, but like,
yep,
going to be that much more comprehensive.
Yeah.
Maybe the second person will be like, this is everything I needed and more. And it's great. But then the third person is going to be like, oh, what about this? Whoops, let me add that. Right. And maybe your 1 o'clock meal is where you're going to overeat by 2 bites. Your 5 o'clock meal is where you're going to eat just fine and like stop at full. And then breakfast the next day is where you're going to overeat. Like, okay, like maybe just take it one step at a time instead of it being all or nothing and defining you.
Oh, I love that so much. And I love that so much. And it's kind of in a way like listening to, and then going back to really both the business and the health and wellness, but the health and wellness, that's like listening to your body. Right. And like, maybe we are finding a pattern where, okay, I tend to actually overeat in the morning, and I'm just making this up. Right. But like, okay, so why is that? It's kind of like those whys again. Like, okay, why is that? Well, you know what? Like, it's X, Y, and Z. It's because I actually didn't eat enough for dinner. And so then I'm starving by the morning. And so I like eat so much that like I can't even listen to my own hunger cues. Okay, so how, so instead of it being like, oh my God, that's my fault, that's where I'm doing this quote unquote wrong. Okay, what led to that? And then how do we then put things, like you said, just with the business, like how do we then put things in place to increase our chances for, and I don't want to use the word success, but like
improvement.
Yeah, exactly. And I also think you also gave such a beautiful example too, with these other ways that you could fill yourself up instead of the eating. But if someone doesn't have that, we are almost setting ourselves up for, once again, don't love this word, but for failure. And I think of this example, this is a health and wellness example, and it is not my example. So whoever out there this example is, I love to hear who this person is, but the person, you know, it's so say someone's goal is, you know what, I feel really good when I move my body and I love walking. Like that's my thing. And I have a treadmill downstairs. And so like my goal feels so much better. I want to walk 3 times on my treadmill during the week. I just want to do it.
Mhm.
And so this person will says, you know, you don't just go down on Monday and start walking on your treadmill
Right.
because there are so many things in place that have to be in place for that goal to even start. And that's not meant to like make people not want to ever start, but like, okay, so like instead of Monday going and walking, Monday, find your shoes, find the shoes that you're going to use. Oh, wait, oh my gosh, I don't have shoes. I need to go and buy some or
That's
whatever.
what your subconscious knew
Yeah,
was the
exactly.
problem.
Exactly. Exactly. The next day you go and okay, I want to listen to a podcast. I want to watch TV while I'm doing this. Okay, well, do those things work? You know, and then the
Yeah,
next
pick
day and the next day,
one.
you know, so you're kind of also allowing there to be resources to also meet some of these goals, because it can be so easy to blame ourselves. Like, I'm the reason I am the overeater, or I'm the reason I didn't stick to that walking plan. But it's not. There are these other things outside of us that we didn't have in place to be able to address that. So, but a lot of times as perfectionists, we put it on us. And then that just creates this
Yeah.
very painful loop of it's me, I'm not perfect, I'm not worthy, you know, and it just impacts every area of our life.
Damn. And that's so real with a lot of the new coaches I support. I see this pattern where it's not that their program is not ready. Their program is ready. It's that they don't know how to deliver their program. Like maybe there's a technical piece that they need help with. And so they've decided my program is bad. I need to keep working on it because they don't want to have to figure out the technical piece because that feels overwhelming now.
Yes.
Or maybe they got the technical pieces ready and they know how they're going to deliver it, but now they have to market it. And that's scary. So I'm going to keep tinkering with my program because it keeps me from having to market it. It's like, okay,
that's me.
but like, right. But like at some point, you're going to either burn yourself out by tweaking too long and then feel like, well, this sucks. It's not fun anymore. Or you're going to add so much to your program. Like, do you remember the career coaching program I put out, how many pages each of those damn workbooks were?
Yes.
It was so much. Like, no doubt, it was comprehensive AF. Like, it had so much in it. But
yes,
like,
it did.
That was probably too much. It honestly probably could have been like half as many things and have had half as many activities and pages of content and still have reached awesome results.
Yes.
But I wanted to make sure that I was over giving. And I forget who says this, but I remember hearing before that like people don't need you to over deliver. People just need you to deliver on what you promised.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. And so if you find yourself getting in that place of like over deliver, it's like,
that's
you're
me.
probably going to overwhelm your clients. And like, could you imagine if you ordered like a salad at a restaurant and then they brought you a pizza and a cake and like a sandwich? You would be like,
so true.
What is all of this? I just wanted the sandwich that I bought from you or the salad I bought from you. Like, okay, I guess I'll have a bite of the pizza because it's here, but like, what? Like, why aren't you?
But it's so true.
The
but I can't even like enjoy my
for?
salad because I'm like overwhelmed by all this other stuff I'm eating now.
Yeah. Then your salad's not as exciting anymore when it's like the salad was what I was looking forward to. Like that's all I expected.
Yes. Oh, I love that example because I'm like the queen of the over delivering piece. I think that's keeps me stuck. Oh my gosh, definitely keeps me stuck in my business. I'm like, no, I need to add this resource and this thing and that thing.
Did I explain this enough or that enough?
Yes. I'm definitely an over deliverer.
Which it's like, okay, let's use the salad example, right? Like maybe you got the salad and you realized you weren't full. Like let the customer ask to buy a slice of pizza. Like let the customer ask for a side of bread. Like give them choice too. And like this comes back to some pedagogy research I've done, and I'm forgetting who exactly whose theory this is, but it's like co-created learning spaces where I want to say it's bell hooks, where it's that you aren't there to just like give the perfect experience of teaching and learning and growth. And then like or maybe it's pedagogy of the oppressed, even, actually, maybe that's where it's from. But it's the idea that like people co-create learning experiences with you, and you can't achieve like higher level learning and growth if you and the participant aren't working together to create their learning and growth experience. So like, even in that example, right, of like, I'm trying to overgive and want to make sure that I've thought of everything, because maybe they thought they want a salad, but maybe they also want a pizza and a sandwich and a blah, blah, blah. Like, why are you taking away their consent and responsibility for participating and co-creating their experience, whether it's at a meal where like, deliver the salad, let them know you have desserts, but like, don't bring them until they like ask for a dessert. And in the same way in your business, like, deliver your program and let them let you know if they need more. Don't take away their agency and choice to ask for more. Sometimes we learn things even better when we have to seek the answer. So if we're just like force feeding people cake when they wanted salad, it's like, well, like, that's not what you came here for. And like, at that point, like, I'm not listening to what you actually asked for. So like, let me deliver my program. And if you need more, I will be there, and I can meet you there, and I can bring you out the cakes, and like, I can bring you out a bonus resource. I can meet with you one-on-one to make sure you have everything you need. Like, I am still there co-facilitating your learning and growth experience with you, but I'm not trying to bring everything up front just in case you actually wanted more than you thought you wanted, because I trust you to also be a active participant in your coaching experience.
Oh my gosh. Brilliant. Like, mind blown, brilliant. That is, oh, I love that. Genesis, that's so good. That's such, oh, I love that analogy too. That is such a helpful analogy. Like, I can feel it, picture it, like, relate to it.
It takes off so much pressure, right?
Oh, it does.
You don't have to have made 5 items when you know they're just coming for salad. Like, you don't need to have everything pre-prepared, because you're not going like camping in the wilderness where like, you better have thought of every possible risk and brought it in your backpack, because you're going to be, way far away from all of your resources. Like, it's not a survival situation. You will be there.
Right.
You can add it as you go if you need it.
Oh my gosh, that's so true. And I am one of those people who, like, when I do go somewhere, like, I have every resource.
That's me sometimes too.
Actually, this is great.
Yes, I'm like, here's my mini pharmacy. Oh, you need this? Oh, let me get it for you.
Oh, this might happen, so I have to have this just in case. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, the weather's gonna be 70, but like, it could rain. I'm gonna bring my raincoat.
Exactly. That is me. That is me to a T.
Do you think we struggle with perfectionism?
Well, it wasn't clear before. No,
right, exactly. I feel like this is a good place to like wrap up this conversation on perfectionism. Like, we are perfectionists. We have some strategies to overcome them, and we struggle still. So like,
me too.
Welcome to the club.
Yes, exactly. Like, we don't want to become such perfectionists about helping our own perfectionism, right? Like, I've fallen into that trap too. So.
Totally. Which then it's like being a perfectionist about not being a perfectionist.
Exactly.
Like, it's so debilitating.
It is. Exactly.
When like, you as you are is good enough.
Oh, I love that. You as you are is good enough. That is exactly it. I love that. Like, right where you are right now, whatever you perceive you are struggling with, you are enough. You are okay. You're enough. You're doing it.
You're trying.
You're trying. Yes. Yes.
Effort matters. Like, progress over perfection.
Love that. Love that. No matter how fast, slow that progress is, it is progress. Yeah. That matters.
Seriously. Well, a couple of things, listeners. So if you are ready to overcome your perfectionism and launch your business, take your passion and turn it into your paychecks, you're invited to reach out to me to learn more about how I do that work with my clients. And if you're ready to overcome perfectionism and take empowered action in your health and wellness journey, I strongly encourage you to reach out to Corinne as well. You can find both of us on Instagram. And with that, I just want to say thanks again, Corinne, so much for your brilliance, your time, your energy, for sharing so much of you and your heart and your knowledge here on Sustain Your Passion. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you for having me, Genesis. Thank you.
Awesome. Take care.
You too.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Sustain Your Passion podcast. If this episode helped you gain a bit more clarity, courage, or confidence, please share it with your friends on social media or in a text. It would mean the world to me. Thanks in advance for sharing this episode. I hope you have a great week, and I'll talk to you soon.